Welcome, friends. Welcome to the next discussion on the economics for everyone. We have been discussing about various schools of thought, economic thought process. We have started with the American capitalism. We saw it how it has evolved over a period of time with the trade, with the independent freedom movement, under the influence of classical economic thought process. So we will continue to do so in this session also for briefly. From the colonial period through the national years on to the 19th century, everything was up for grabs. There were a lot of resources, vast, apparently unlimited tracts of land were given away by the government or sold at irresistibly low prices. That motivated a lot of Americans to go for further what you call entrepreneurial activity. To get the best land, neither the first colonists nor the pioneers pressing across the frontiers had much problem about disposing or exchanging. Sometimes they resorted outright violence, which was heavily criticized later in the history. But the one thing is, land was available in abundance in early American history. It's only one of the classical economic factors of production. The others are labor, capital, and entrepreneurship. There are several million corporations in the United States today. It's an American dream, what they call it as. A handful existed the national's official birth in 1776. The idea of capitalism became integral to the American economy. Only in the middle 19th century, it was actually present the creation of 250 years earlier. In 1607, the settlers at Jamestown arrived under the charter of Virginia Company of London. Puritans founded Boston in 1630 under the auspices of another English corporation, the Massachusetts Bay Company. Capitalism has greatly reduced, according to its supporters, the material misery in the past 200 years. Capitalism has liberated us from backbreaking agriculture, domestic toil, reducing average hours work considerably. It's a dream of technology, investment, people, money. Dream of what you call free markets, freedom, a sense of freedom, and invisible hand. That's what, as Adam Smith said, and free enterprise and consumer sovereignty. Of course, there are a lot of challenges and questions on that, but at least from the evolution of those 200 years, from evolution into agriculture with the base of industry and technology, and the success of entrepreneurs such as Ford and others, it has shown that actually it is one of the ways to progress and prosperity. Um, in the mid 18th century, a group of economic theories led by David Hume and Adam Smith challenged the fundamental mercantilist doctrines which we know it, such as the belief that the world wealth remained constant, that a state could only increase its wealth at the expense of another state. So during the Industrial Revolution, industrialists replaced merchants as a dominant factor in the capitalist system and effected the decline of traditional handicraft skill of artisans, guilds, and journeymen. Also, during the period, the surplus generated by the rise of commercial agriculture encouraged increased mechanization, okay, manufacturing. So what we are talking about is historically the emergence of capitalist system coincided with the economic growth as a measure of GDP, gross domestic product. This attribution to his growth of capitalism was a central argument to Adam Smith's advocacy of letting a free market control production, price, and allocate resources. Capitalism, as it is today, was founded in many ways on a set of principles that Adam Smith wrote about in The Wealth of Nations and The Invisible Hand, was one of those pillars of the system we currently have. But before Smith wrote The Wealth of Nations, he wrote in the Theory of Moral Sentiments, how selfish soever man be supposed, there are evidently some principle in his nature which interest him in the fortune of others and render their happiness necessary to him, though he derives nothing from it except the pleasure of seeing it. Thank you. We'll meet in the next time.